Skylight? Yellow?
So dudes, welcome to a redone operator how-to to replace the one where I said that the suppressor mitigates recoil on the 416, and I don't want to talk about it. Jägermeister is the only defender with an assault rifle as it stands right now, though with future operators, this could change, of course. Hey, I got that one right. Ludicrous amounts of recoil. So what does one do? Well, you can slap a silencer on this thing, and that'll help with it considerably. No, it won't. And it won't handicap your already relatively high damage figures anyway. Oh god, oh man. Oh god, oh man. Oh god, oh man, oh god. You know what's useful for hitting nutty shots with Jaeger? Your eyes. This video is sponsored by a product that will help you avoid eye strain. And I know that you guys are out here playing this game 8 hours a day. Enter the BenQ ScreenBar. Aside from looking more stylish than the conventional Pixar desk lamp, the ScreenBar is designed as a smart lighting solution for your computer setup. Since it's mounted on your computer monitor, it doesn't take up desk space. And the lamps are designed in a way to not reflect off of your computer monitor, so there's no glare. It's USB powered, has controllable color temperature, and it has an auto brightness feature. It has a pretty sizable output. I don't have any other lights on in this room. The controls are all integrated on top of the device. Manual brightness and color temperature on the left, auto brightness, and the on-off switch on the right. It also provides a little bit more light from my hand cam while streaming, which is a nice touch. That cheap webcam needs all the light it can get, and it also doubles as a nice fill light in addition to the one I already have. If your desk space is limited and you don't have room for any more power cables, I'd definitely consider getting the ScreenBar for your home office or gaming setup. Check out the Amazon product link in the description down below, as well as BenQ's website and their Twitter page if you're interested. Jaeger is a 2-speed defending operator equipped with the Splody Sniper. Jaeger is an excellent operator for beginners to try out when they get into the game and want to start roaming. His ADS is pretty much an essential pick for any kind of composition, from casual to competitive. He's brought a lot because he has a high performance floor, meaning he has a lot of guaranteed value. Yeah, he can pop off and maybe get 4 kills, but you're really bringing him for the gadget, and the nice roaming and fragging power is a good touch. The more you play the game, the more you'll realize just how important this guy is, because defenders rely heavily on bulletproof utility to keep attackers from getting into the site and getting down a diffuser plant. His gadget is a deployable trophy system that can snipe up to 2 smoke grenades, flashbangs, and frag grenades, as well as anything operators throw with their hands like a baseball, and anything that comes out of a metal tube, like Ash or Zophia's impact launchers. The notable exception that counters Jaeger is Capitao with his fire and smoke bolts. The ADS can't catch those, but Wamai's frisbees can. As I said, the ADS can catch up to 2 projectiles for a total of 6 since he has 3 of them. The rest of this video has timestamps with sections describing how to use the gadget effectively, as well as a little bit on his loadout and some tips for roaming. Okay, all done. Now I'm going to look at this window for 3 minutes. Are you kidding me? Stupid idiot! A lot of people just put 3 ADSs down as soon as they can in random places just to say that they use their utility and then run off to the opposite end of the map for a deep roam.
Dude, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's just looking at that. Like, he's looking at that.
While the good-hearted intention of not wasting their gadget is there and doesn't really matter in low elo, in high elo and comp, any gadget placement, regardless of who is placing it, needs to be more specific than that. Places where you can protect your anchor's holding spot or your friendly deployable bulletproof gadgets, like Maestro cameras or Malusi wubs, will elevate your status from an aim bro to an aim bud. Congrats! Just being a little bit more mindful and considerate of other people not only does not take away from your ability to do epic gamer clutch compilation godly knife kill cam is that the real bolo nutty shots, it can actually make it easier for you, because if your Maestro camera is still up by the time you get back to the site, that camera can actually help you get your Goodnight Bot, Easy Peasy Lemon Squeezy Pro League Clip Compilation, Twitch.tv Who Cares LFT picks at the end of the round. One of the maps where Jaeger is pretty much a must bring on every site is Consulate because of the large amount of stairs and window play, as well as the necessity for power positions to be maintained by your teammates in order to keep a diffuser plant from going down. For example, on Garage, I like putting down an ADS by sandwich to keep my guys on pipes from getting frag grenaded off. Another good spot is behind Yellow Pillar, since that's a popular place for your smoke to try and prevent a diffuser plant with his beauties. If you're going for a Goyo hold with a couple of his shields towards the front of the garage, you can also put one by trash cans to keep those from getting blown up too quickly. Notice how I'm placing them perpendicular to the angle at which the grenades will fly towards their intended targets. You don't want to put them on top of stuff out in the open because Jaeger ADSs need line of sight on the projectiles to snipe them, but provided you conceal them with this in mind, you'll be okay. Try to make the angle at which the projectiles will be thrown towards them as sharp as possible. Another site on Consulate illustrates the usefulness of stacking your ADSs, which is just a shorter way of saying putting at least 2 of them next to each other. It's a bit uncommon to see triple stacked ADSs, although it's not unheard of, and in some instances, probably not that bad of an idea.
Pro mapa consulado é o Razer. Segunda flash, 3. Mais
Okay,
uma
this
pro
is not
lado.
good.
Nossa senhora! Olha só esse combo! Wombo combo, retalha!
CO windows are an obvious choice, considering this is a prime spot of control the attackers need to get into the site and plant. So a couple ADSs right next to the windows isn't a bad idea. Sometimes you can bait out more projectiles to snipe, since at the first snipe of a grenade they throw, an attacker using flashbangs will quickly throw the second one to burn it out. Toulon didn't watch. Stack your ADSs and make sure that you conceal them so they don't get shot out. Do all that before you go on your spawn peeking adventure. Jaeger's gun is a polarizing topic within the Siege community. After a nerf from a considerable rating of 43 damage to one of the lower damage ratings on the books for assault rifles to 38, Jaeger's popularity hasn't really changed much, and it's called into question whether or not people bring him for just the gun or for his gadget. Luckily for Jaeger, he doesn't have to worry too much about that 38 damage rating since it only starts tapering off his TTK against 3 armors, but on defense, considering defenders primarily use high rate of fire submachine guns, the 416 is nice to have, and on paper is a bit better than Wamai's AUG when you consider its slightly higher fire rate, and the fact that the AUG's higher damage rating of 42 doesn't really give it anything. Against 1 armors and 2 armors, it has a body shot TTK of 162 milliseconds. The AUG has a body shot TTK of 167. Once we start fighting 3 armors, which on the defending side is pretty much going to be gridlock, the 416 has a TTK of 243, and the AUG has a TTK of 250. So Jaeger's definitely got that advantage over Wamai. Of course, gone are the days of the ACOG'd 416, long ago, that newer players know or hear little about now. But that wasn't really much of a nerf to begin with. In many instances, the close-range sights are a better option that give Jaeger more flexible engagement ranges, and it has minimal recoil, making him hard to deal with in close, medium, and long ranges. And that's what really makes him a potent force to be dealt with. It's not really the damage or the high fire rate as much as it is the high stability that makes Jaeger a good fragger with the 416. Its customization options are limited, close range sights and a foregrip, no option for an angled grip. I run flash hider on the muzzle. So it's not exactly Maestro's machine gun, but it's a laser beam with a pretty decent amount of damage. Jaeger's change to a 2-speed rating was certainly a nerf. The additional armor he gets against most of the high-powered assault rifles on attack does little for him, but he's still here to fight. He gets the option of either barbed wire or a bulletproof camera, and what you want is going to depend on your team's strategy, but barbed wire is one of the better gadgets in the game, and he can use his ADS to protect it from Zoph and Ash. His bulletproof camera also synergizes with his ADS, similarly to how your teammate's bulletproof utility already does. There's no right or wrong choice here. The German handgun has some big-ass, mega-blocks-looking-ass iron sights, and I'm not a fan of them, but it has okay damage, and it does the job for you, so there's not much else to complain about there. I wish the M870 was more in the meta. At least you can make rotates, I guess. That's what Jaeger does, make rotates.
Yeah, now.
Oh my god, you're running
gonna be a 1-speed.
Well, he's going to be a 1-speed pretty soon with the SMG-11.
Where else do we need walls?
Mozzie, why? Thank you for the drone.
Between kids. That's Jaeger's job. There you go.
That's Jaeger's job.
Don't worry, I'm Jaeger. I got it.
I thought you were memeing.
I'm not.
Alright.
You can hold blue stairs on bank.
Op 4, last stop standing.
Well, shit.
You have entered an enemy-controlled area.
No, he's not.
Potato.
Four eliminated. Mission successful.
It's very common for people to pick any kind of 3-speed operator and play solely for picks. In quick match and low elo, this isn't going to bother anybody, but the problem with this mindset is that it stops being helpful very quickly. I understand why, because this isn't really explained to anybody. Look, you have good aim, that's great. It's not going to make your job more difficult, but you have to understand that roaming is not about getting frags. It's about wasting time. You waste time by keeping map control. I know you think this is your house, but the attackers are coming. And they got a diffuser and big guns. And it's up to Vigil and Jager to not necessarily frag them, but at least make them not as easily able to get into the bomb site and plant the diffuser. It's 2 roamers. The movie's called 2 roamers. Don't give up free real estate. Map control is the most valuable thing the defenders can maintain. The attackers have to reach the bomb and plant within a certain amount of time. The more time they spend dealing with you, the more time they have to spend getting into the bomb site. Run away, but don't get picked off. If you manage to get a pick...
I will be good. Okay, never mind.
Don't make it any easier for the enemy to refrag you. Also, anticipate the refrag, and don't forget to look up. If you get droned out, move. If you get a pick, move. If you get in a gunfight, move. Every time something reveals to the enemy where you are, move. Refrag your buddies. Don't deep roam out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. You should be situated to come back to the bomb site for a flank or be able to refrag your teammate if you can help it. Keep the man count as close to possible as you can. Losing the man count on defense sucks. You can boil all these points down to don't let the attackers open a wall, get a pick, or establish map control for free. Make them work for it, even if it means them droning you out and pushing you in a 3-man pinch. Get back to the site as fast as you can for a flank when your buddies start getting into gunfights. And that's really all you need to know about Jager.
Bomb. 5 buck beds. Twitch is in.
Twitch dead.
Twitch. Last one was by Master, I think.
Master's clear.
Yeah, Master Balk.
He's out.
Master Balk.
No,
Oh, he's coming up main. Coming up main. Coming up main.
Just hold an angle. Hold an angle.
I'm holding it.
Oh, he peeked me.
Nice job, Greg.
If this video raised your Siege IQ, give it a like and share it with your friends. I promise you it really does go a long way. I stream as much as I can on twitch.tv/Gregor16mm. Follow that in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Deuces.